Hello, hello, hello.
Hey,
Well,
Abby.
hey, hey, Aisha. Hey,
Hey,
Abby.
Mary.
Abby, where are you at? Are you at the palace?
I
Clearly.
am the palace in my mind. My green screen is doing an amazing job. Welcome to another episode from the All About Moments podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the soft life for women, what it means, and how to embrace it. So, we've heard a lot of definitions, different definitions here and there. And one that I've seen to define soft life, quote unquote, is living with ease, prioritizing joy, and rejecting unnecessary struggle. Am I missing anything, y'all, from that definition?
No, I think that's absolutely what the soft life is. It is ease. It is the joy of knowing that you don't have to do it by yourself and that others can get somebody else to do it. That's the soft life. You are taking a self-awareness. Come on. Come on. Take that in. Self-awareness that I need for myself. And if you are in a relationship, it looks like that person giving you certain type of treatment that helps with your soft life. So I don't know. I think ease, which you mentioned for sure, is a part of soft life. Just being light, being heavy. And that is what we as our females, that's what we are. We are delicate. We are soft, those sort of things. So I'm right with it. I'm all about the soft life. Give me the soft life. I don't want a hard life. It's a hard not life.
All right. To me, it's prioritizing your well-being, right? Like putting yourself above like some of the other things. I think sometimes as moms, spouses, work, we put all those things above our own physical,
Yes.
emotional health, right?
Amen. Yes.
I tell people all the time, before you can be a good mom, you gotta take care of you. Before you can be a good wife, you gotta take care of you. What do they
Come
say when you
on.
want to play? You gotta
Come
put the
on.
mask on you. You
On
gotta put the mask
yourself.
on your neighbor.
Come on.
Right?
Come on. You
Preach.
preaching, man.
Anybody tell me preach?
Come on.
Okay.
I'm with you,
All right.
Yeah.
Put my word
I
in.
agree. I mean, even just today, honestly, Arya wanted to go to the park so bad. Like it was in her spirit. She wanted to go. And I was like,
Will you take my friend
not
to the
the
park?
park. I did not take your friend to the park. I took her to that driveway out there and she rode her bike until she got happy. She said, Mom, I'm gonna do it 2 more times. And then we go in now. Do your thing, sis. Go ahead. I'm with you. But we're not going to the park. I will
Okay.
compromise because that would be getting in the car, driving.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So I had to prioritize myself because I'm like, I won't rest. And I know me stepping in that car hitting gas will conflict with my soft life at the moment.
Whoop.
And I wanted to just chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ariana, that's a conflict.
it's conflict. But I was willing to meet her in the you see how I did that?
You
I met
met in the
her
middle.
in the middle.
And
And I was like,
Yeah.
how about you ride your bike in the driveway? You see what I'm saying? And she was
Yeah.
like, okay. And I was like, great, awesome. And I was able to sit there on the porch and she was able to ride her bike back and forth. I let her go as far as I could see her. And she rode back until her heart was content. I didn't force her. I saw the street light come on and I didn't say that. And then she was like, I'm gonna do it 2 more times and I'm gonna look at God working it out for you. And to me, that was a part of my life, like, because I was able to be there with her to connect, to bond, and then to also have my own peace, joy. You know what I mean? I could have my book if I wanted to, or at this point, the trees were blooming. So I use that moment to just be thankful and look at the trees or whatever before the pollen get too thick. Just that's a part of soft life for me.
Yeah.
Right.
An
Yeah.
attribute of it for me.
I think for me, apart from the definition, I think something is just giving myself permission to slow down and breathe. Because basically it's saying that, okay, I don't have to continuously always wear by myself a badge of stress. It's basically saying I don't want to do that, but to creating a space for peace in my mind, in my relationships, and in my environment. I think going forward in my life, I'm trying my best to choose joy over struggle and boundaries over burnout. Definitely have been learning that.
Yeah. I think, boundaries is something that's very, very important as you are trying to get into that soft life, soft era, right? And that's something that we can discuss obviously later into this topic. We'll discuss more about boundaries. But for me, I came into the soft life understanding the world when I started going through my separation
Yeah.
and trying to understand like what happened. How did I get here? And
Yeah.
it's something that I still am working through. And I seek therapy for it, right? And trying to get out of that hustle culture and the culture of doing it all by myself and not asking for help. And I'm notorious for that. And I still struggle with learning how to ask for help. And so for me, that's something that for me, that's like kind of what the soft life means to me is like asking for help and that ease, right? That ease of having somebody there that can support you, whether it's a spouse, a partner, a friend, a family member, right? Like just having somebody there that can help you with moving, someone that can like, hey, I can bring you something to eat real quick. Like my mom was ordering some toilet paper. She ordered too much and brought me some toilet paper. And I didn't need any, but me just accepting toilet paper.
You will need it soon.
Oh, I wouldn't need it. Yo, I mean, I do need toilet paper. I do want that behind. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying I didn't need it. Like I went out of toilet paper. And then another time, like my mom, she like paid for my tires. Because she was like
Wow.
being
That's
nice.
so nice. Oh.
And old Mary would have been like, no, I don't need you to
Yeah.
do that for me. I would take offense to that.
No.
Like I'm too
No.
good for help, you know?
Right. And that's the thing about the soft life. It is not about luxury. It's not about the glamorous, the flossy, what Fergie say. It's not
Uh,
about
I
the,
wish
it's
I wanted
I
to.
would
I
and it
wanted I
can
wanted
be
to. Yeah.
this yeah, but it can be though if you
Right.
budget it. Like, if no for real, like girls trip or whatever.
Let's get there.
That's the soft life, you
Make
know
it
what I
happen.
mean? Right,
We just
once
gotta
we
get out
got
the
the
group
chat,
chat. Yeah,
we
get us
once we
out
get
the group
out
chat.
out the group chat. But I'm spending money with my girls, that's the soft life. That's the luxury side of it, but you're also at peace because your family is you all is well back at home, different things like that. You set it up so that you can have the soft life, and as single mothers, I've been there as well. You had to force the soft life. You know what I mean? You had to accept the hard moments where plans changed and it wasn't always what you wanted to be. Even just co-parenting, trying to understand what soft life can be. Like the moments that you are away from your child, or how can you incorporate your soft life with your child? Different things like that. It's like, oh, I want to have a all weekend soft life, but I'm about to be a mother in a few hours, so I can't my soft life is limited. You know what I mean? So, it just depends.
But you can also have a soft I think it's also important to introduce your children to a soft life because we don't want
A
to right, that generational trauma is
circle it.
like, right, is like that struggle culture, like
Mhm.
trickling down, right? And
Come
they'll
on,
see that struggle
somebody.
culture, that
Yes.
hustle culture. But by like
Yes.
how allowing them to see that soft, like seeing their
Mhm.
mom, like,
Yes.
enjoying something
Relax.
like, or seeing
Yes.
you, like, sitting on the porch and looking at the
Yes.
trees and looking at the flowers and reading a
Aria
book.
loves a relaxation. That's her first thing. She got these leopard print pajamas and these sparkly house shoes, and she'll be like, "Woo." I need to sit in my chair. I need to relax. I'm like, "Yes, sis, do that. Relax. You need that for your mental health. You need it." It's important. So I think it is important for mental health. That leads me into that because you have rest and relaxation is good for the body. Being at peace,
Experience.
being at ease is good for your heart. You know what I mean? You don't want to be all uptight and mad and angry all the time. That's not good for you.
So
That's
basically,
not
you're
the will
saying
of the Lord.
misconceptions of that soft life is not, it's not just about luxury, but like you said, it's about peace, boundaries, and intentional living.
Absolutely.
Like you're
Right.
pinpointing
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
what you.
absolutely.
Yeah. Where
Absolutely.
Wow.
yeah. So, like Aisha, you were kind of talking about earlier, and I kind of brought up, like, I learned this topic from social media, but where did you guys learn about soft life? Or maybe you were raised into it.
I think for me, where I heard about the soft life, I've known about it for a long time, funny enough. I think we used to use it as a phrase a little bit, but it probably wasn't called the soft life before years ago. One of my aunts, one day she just came dressed up so beautiful. Everybody was looking at her like, where you going? And she said, nowhere. I'm just sitting here. My grandmother took her shower every morning. She'll wear she doesn't even wear a lot of makeup, but she'll make sure she wears lipsticks and her earrings. We're like, where are you going? She said, I'm going into the living room. You're not going outside the house, she said, but I still need to look presentable. To who? Don't you see me? I said, oh, wow. Oh, okay, grandma. What about you all? Did anyone come to mind?
I think, yeah, that comes to mind me day. That's always been before the soft life. Of course, we know soft life to be from social media, from TV, from reality television. I know soft life became more of a known thing to me when The Real Housewives came out, when different reality shows came out. But I remember my mom saying, let's have a me day or a spa day or a day for yourself or just a brain break or something like that. It was called something simple, but it was like a moment, a segment, a day. You know what I mean? Now we talk about the life. We tried to have the soft life, the whole life. So
Yeah.
I can definitely recall it being like a brain break or a B day or something like that. And I hate to bring this up, but even in grief, it's incorporated in the soft life, because even for me, I call it a J day. For I just need to have a moment just to let it out. This is my moment to flush what's happening so that I can restart my proper soft life. You know what I mean? Which is not tearful. But I just recall it being just a me day, and like you said, with your aunt, which is so cute because my granny don't play that. You don't walk out the house any kind of way. You gotta be presentable and you gotta walk and talk and even you gotta dress like you ain't going through nothing, even if you are. So I think it's very cute of your aunt to do that. But yeah, I think it comes from just we taking it from one moment to now just expanded it to just everyday life. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like my aunt, again, got it from her mom, my grandma. So it really was, yeah. Funny enough, not all of her children got that soft life mentality, but I think they saw
That's
it
good.
from
You
her.
got it. You definitely got
Mhm.
that safe life mentality.
Look it up at the palace. Really?
Over
Okay.
I mean,
princess, your
Hey.
name ain't your princess.
there's in my mom. So my
There you go.
too about it is
So was a man thinking, so is he.
one thing that helped me I remember one day my grandmother, she was telling me, always make sure you always have earrings in your car. I
And
said, why do I need
mascara.
earrings?
Jasmine Sullivan
She
told us
said,
that. Mhm.
because in case you're running late, because she noticed that we'll always be running late. She's like, no, you
Mhm.
should always at least wear a pair of earrings,
That's
you
true.
know? Because I guess the type of
Gotta
job that
have
I
a pair.
had, they only saw my face. So she's like,
Mhm.
just have a pair. So little things
Mhm.
like that. How about you, Mary?
So I get really, that's, as you guys were talking about, like your families and how they instill that, like, soft life thing to, like, you know, understanding it to you, or at least being presentable, making sure that you take care of yourself physically and like emotionally, your physical well-being. Like that wasn't something that I grew up with because it was very much like just go, right? Like it was the goal of the life. And so that's just what all I do. And so I didn't get into like my soft girl era, I guess, or I'm still, well, I don't even think truly in it right now, but I'm still a work at it. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
until, I was 2 years ago, I guess, when I separated from my husband. And I remember I started following all these different like Facebook groups, and that's when soft life came up to me. And one of the things that I started seeing is this one TikTok video came up, and this girl in the folder, she was like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but this home strong black woman narrative, it doesn't apply to me. I live a soft life. I'm a dainty princess, a lawful and drama minor. It could be Sid Green. And she's a lifestyle blogger on TikTok. And I
That's
was
right.
like, oh, wait, like, you want to be dainty? Like, why would you admit to that?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
to me, that was just like, I would never want to be dainty. Like, no, like, what do you mean?
It's
Dainty?
levels of dainty. You got low dainty, like, oh, it's a spider. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like
yeah,
or you got Whitley Gilbert, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
dainty. But I mean, you're a girl. You know what I mean? You
yeah,
ain't no bulldagger. God
yeah.
forbid. I'm just,
But for me, just like I'm a girl, that don't mean nothing to me. Like I'm a girl, like okay. I
yeah,
mean,
but
I'm
you're not a
excited.
tomboy.
Yeah. Well, I've been a tomboy when I was younger, but like
But you
I didn't
know,
grow up. But let's say, but I didn't like my favorite teeth. Like which of you had earrings? My mom didn't
yeah.
wear earrings. She didn't wear earrings. She didn't wear makeup. I didn't know how to throw
I
makeup
did
until I was in my
yeah, my mom didn't wear earrings either. It was in the parts of influence of other people that I see, or I knew the type of woman that I wanted to portray or to look like or to be. It kind of like it zoomed over because my mama didn't wear no earrings. She didn't wear no makeup, any of that, none of that. It was my sister and I were the ones like, oh, we wear makeup, mascara, and she probably with some chapstick and lip gloss or lipstick maybe, or got her nail, but we just picked it up. You know what I mean? It was like, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to look. This is how we want to look. And I mean, you're doing it now. I mean, I don't know about 2 years. Oh, yeah, but your glasses, that's personality. You have changed the styles of your glasses,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, okay.
You have
I
changed.
think in the last few years,
I'm your friend. I'm your friend.
yeah,
This is you forget who you're talking to. And then you do your hair. Your hair is always different.
Your hair? Yeah.
Come on, somebody. And then you change your clothes and stuff like that. So I think it's been before. Let's not be like that. But I can see how you're taking on some of the ownership or taking on the daintiness of being a female and being a woman. And also being a woman is sexy. Being a woman, it's not just being dainty, but it's something more intimate and feminine about being just a woman, being a she. It takes type of control that allows you to exude that type of gracefulness as a woman. It's the power. Oh, I can't say that. The power.
yeah. It's the power of a cat.
Okay, now I'm being the one that's being vulgar. Before it was y'all. But, it's the power of the pussy that makes you want to allow yourself and just beat that out. Alright,
Yeah, yeah. But I remember like reading something about they were saying like in a relationship, like you don't have to be like arguing with your male partner. You have to be arguing with your male partner, telling him do this, do that. Like you could give him the juice thing by just feeling patient, like just being soft, like just like being present, just
favorite. I'm about to cry right now
being
because
so
it's so
feeling
real.
and like
Yes,
just like and like
yes.
people like into your music do exactly what you need to do. And I'm like,
God,
I
you
don't know
will.
how to
Girl,
work.
you just use that nice, sweet, sexy voice and
Yeah.
ask for
Like,
something. Uh,
it works. Trust, it does
it
work. May
works.
not work as quick as you want it to, though.
I mean, it does, and
So, but
also,
now
I'm
I
sorry, I
do
hate
want
to
to
cut you off,
ask.
Abby. I hate to cut you off, but I
No,
have
go
to say
ahead.
one more thing. Okay, and also, what understanding that being in the soft life or being as or in the role of a female, you carry such a grace about yourself. Like, you have the power and the boldness to be able to change or make soft life look any way you want to be. You know what I mean? Whether it's extreme, whether it's something very minor, but you have that control of what it is. It can look something consistently every month, like getting your nails done, or just, like, this is what I want because I want my house to look like this. I want to change my home. Like, soft life really can just measure literally from anything. So, all right, sorry. Go ahead, Abby. I just had to let it out.
So what I was gonna ask Aisha was just to ask Mary if she had anything additional to add in. That's really what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, I mean, I think there has been a culture shift, right? I think for we are all millennials here, so coming up, the culture was very much hustle culture, right? It was very much competing, like who is working the most hours, who is sleeping the less, like who is working 70, 80 hours a week. That was something that you compete about. Like, well, I got 15 jobs. That's how people are like competing against each other. And now we're shifting more to I don't want to do that anymore, right? Like even when we're like applying for jobs, it's like I don't want to work that. Like, what job can I get where I can make the most but work the least?
I agree
Right.
with that part because I noticed that even some of these, like, my younger cousins or even some young adults around me, I know I'm a young adult, but some people around me, they're like, I don't want to do 40 hours or I don't want to do 9 to 5. So they want to do something else, still make the same amount, but they don't want to have a 9 to 5. Surprisingly, some of them are YouTubers, influencers, and I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but they wake up at 11
They make
a.m.
good money? They
and they
make good
make some
money?
money. They're making
Wow.
money. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
They wake up at 11 o'clock, get themselves ready. They're on. They have their own schedule and they're making some nice money. They decided by themselves, I don't want to do this. Now, I don't know how long that type of lifestyle they can survive.
I'm thinking, is this something I can retire from? Is this a 401k? You know what I mean? Can I bounce back and draw some retirement from? I mean,
Is that
that's what
what
I would be
people are
thinking.
looking Is that what people are thinking about though? One, they're just trying to have a soft life. They're not thinking about retiring. They're thinking about
Yes, you
I
are.
the now,
Yes, you
I'm
right?
thinking about
no, no,
retiring.
which
That's
is
gonna be
fine.
the ultimate soft life.
Yeah, that sounds myself like I think you are looking thinking about retirement, but yeah, I mean, I think for the young people, they are thinking about like their future as well, right? Like if they could make a lot of money, they're putting that money aside for their future too,
And
right?
investments and stuff.
Investments and
Yeah.
stuff. And so, whereas like, yeah, we may have 9 to 5 jobs with 401k, but I mean, how does that work out? Let's be honest.
Right. They might have something else. Yeah,
You
that's
know what I'm
true.
saying? You know?
But I do want to say this before I forget, because I will forget. I want to say that, soft life goes in seasons as well. Excuse me. Soft life does go in seasons. And I just want to say, just like for an example, for me, I hate people to conversations like that. Like me, like for myself. Okay, anyways. But
That's okay.
but anyway, just to give an example, in October, that is around the fair season. September, October, that's fair season for me, not carnivals. I think those are very cute, but I'm talking about fairs, county, state fairs. That is a soft life season for me. Don't bother me. Come around me around the fair. That is when I go and I spend time and participate in the South. So, and then around your birthday, that's a soft, like, I feel like soft life, it comes in seasons. You got some seasons where you're working super, super hard. You getting it out the mud. You got your head down. You got tunnel vision. You working, working, working hard. Then you got another season where it's soft life, it's vacation, it's whatever. You plan to have a soft life. You plan to allow things to look a certain way when it comes to your lifestyle. Maybe they hold it $100 in their cash app every time they get paid? I don't know. So that when they season come of soft life or whatever they want, they got it. You see? Okay.
No, I think that's a good way to think of it too. Sometimes it is seasonal. And honestly, soft life in December can be different than soft life during the summertime. So I think we're going to take a break, just a quick little break.
Don't forget to please like, share, and subscribe to All About Moments social media pages. Thank you. How do we embrace the soft life? Well, you
Say
know,
no.
uh, yeah. Well, it's simple. Say no without guilt. That's hard, right?
Yeah.
How do you say no without guilt? So a part of like soft life we talked about, like, you know, taking care of your own emotional, physical well-being, right? And a part of that is setting boundaries, right? You have to be able to like set boundaries in your relationships, in your life, in your work life, right? You gotta have a good balance. You know, unfortunately, most of us do have to work. I don't know. So some of us they gotta work, most of us do. And you gotta have a balance. You gotta know where to like how much you gotta commit in your life. Like committing to like meeting, committing to friendship, committing to your spouse, committing to like your kids. Like I used to talk about, like how much can I really go in to the park today? That doesn't mean you don't love your child that you can't go to the park today. It just means I don't have it in me to go to the park today. So I have to set that boundary and come to some sort of like, medium. And that's the same thing in most of our relationships. You have to find like that medium, right? I love my friendships, but I may not be able to go out with them tonight. Mhm. Right? It's not just setting boundaries. Because you could say I have a boundary, but what happens to a lot of these in there? We're pretty loose with boundaries, right? And that's how burnout happens. That's how we get hurt.
I still feel like I'm learning how to set boundaries. I'm maybe not boundaries, but I'm learning how to say no because I do so, and I know that my husband says it, my siblings say it, my family said, everyone around me keeps saying that I don't know how to say no. And I think when I was in the hospital and in that bed all by myself,
Mm.
and people were really calling me, I was just there all by myself. No one knew how to contact me because I didn't have my phone. I was just sitting there like, oh, no one is asking for my help. And I'm here all alone. That's weird. That was really, it was sad for me that,
It was enlightening.
yeah, I
Mhm.
realized all the things, all the errands, everything I had to do, it
Mhm.
had to pause. Hey, can you help me with this? Hey, are you going to be able to plan this event for me? Hey, can you do this? So I've learned how to reduce and try to say no, but I'm
Mhm.
still learning.
I tell my clients
And
all the time, like, if you don't take care of yourself, you don't take
yeah,
care of yourself, your body gonna force you to,
Mhm.
right?
yeah, it will.
And it's gonna be in an unlikely way that you don't want to. So like, you better do it, or you're gonna be forced to.
That's right. It's true. I took a good old nap today instead of taking Oreo to the park. For real. Cause you gotta just lay down. You gotta just lay down. You gotta just take some time for yourself. And that was soft life. I mean, today, and I mean, just thinking about it, not even intentionally because, us kind of recording tonight, but just soft life. Today, I took the soft life. And I know some people who go to my church may see this, but sometimes bedside Baptist or online church, that is soft life. Okay. That is staying home from church. And I love the people of God. Come on, somebody. But soft life, I am an advocate for staying home. I am an advocate for having online church. And I get it. The presence of God is not as sensitive as it is at home than when you are around the people of God. But I will say that sometimes being at home is okay. And this is coming from somebody who's been at church morning, noon, night. Okay. So It's okay. That is soft life. Choosing to rest your body
There's a scripture
over
in
other
there.
things, over you know what I mean? Over sacrifice, and I get
Mm,
that, but
mm.
you know what
There's
I
a
mean?
scrip
Making
I know
time
there's
for
a
God.
scripture in there, 'cause my mom used to say this, that where one gathered, you can have church anywhere, right?
Yes, yes. When
Right.
was where I gathered, we had
Yeah.
Aria was in. She was in her room playing or doing whatever she was on in her room, and
Mm,
I was in church.
right,
And she came in
right.
there and started shouting. She felt it. We was in
So
service, okay?
right. So
The whole
church doesn't have to be like a
it
church like
doesn't.
building, no.
It really don't. Don't get me started. That's a whole nother subject right there.
Mhm.
And I just know that some people from my church see this, it's gonna be something. But I'm just saying that it don't take all that. It just don't. And soft life is sometimes just choosing your risk on whatever event or occasion it is to restore yourself. Amen.
Right. Well, I think on that topic, how do you prioritize self-care and emotional wellness, right? Like
Mm,
you like in you that was like physically you didn't have it in you like, okay, I'm gonna go drive to church physically and more your emotional wellness to like stay
mhm.
home and to have church online. Be
Yeah,
prioritize that.
I did. I guess it would be me kind of like giving you a walkthrough what my day looked like, but it was simply just waking up, starting my day off like how I normally would do. Prayer, Thanksgiving, waking up early, you know, doing my thing. It's Sunday. So of course, Marcus had already asked for pancakes, start cooking pancakes. Service start at 9:25. So I pretty much get myself together. I make my bed up, get my room together. I turn the TV on because I know I'm going to watch TV using online church. Everybody's fed, everybody's good. I got my Bible. I'm upstairs. I have my phone. I have my TV on and I'm in church. Okay. Praise and worship is going on. Now, I will say sometimes I might like fold some clothes while church is going on or something like that because I'm at home or something like that. So I set that time aside. Past preaching, I have my Bible out. I am engaged. I am writing notes as if I am sitting down. I'm in church. It's not a big deal. I'm in church. Then I may start to cook dinner and I'll take my phone and my headset and I'll go downstairs and I am still in church. Like, cause my pastor, the word is preached. Okay. He's already preached the word. And then I cook dinner. That's self-care for me because I enjoy cooking and spending time with my family. And then I'll go on and do some other things. So I prioritize or I take a nap or I eat, just putting that what I want to do pretty much in forefront. Or I don't feel like doing that and I'm not gonna do it. And this is what it is. And go from there. Now I wish my Sundays looked a little different sometimes where, consistently going to church and then going out to eat. That's how it used to be as I was growing up. Sundays was just nothing for church. That's it. Restoring next for the next day, getting some good dinner, getting ready for the next week. That was sort of like a self-care for my whole family. So that's how I pretty much prioritize myself, self-care. I hope I answered the question correctly. Yeah, okay, okay.
No, you did. I think for me though, sometimes it's some people say, "Oh, it takes forever," but even going to wherever you worship, I know for me going to church, some getting there might be that headache, but just listen to the praise and worship and being in a different environment, and at the time
I
it
agree.
might be just one word you get
You ain't lying.
from from the pastor that makes you be like, "Oh." You're just thinking about, "Okay, this word,
I
blah, blah,
mean,
blah,
but
blah,
I get
blah."
that online
So
too. Like he say something online, especially if I'm locked in, you know what I mean? Just this is what I'm prioritizing. Just like you prioritize a movie or just like you prioritize social media, I'm at online church. This is what I'm doing. This is what if I am not driving to church, then I am in online service. That's just what's going to happen. So I get what you're saying, and trust
Well,
me, because I usher in service, so I enjoy being around the people. I think they're pretty cool. Being around them
Yeah.
too much could also be something as well, because
Right.
people gonna be people. And I'm not trying
right.
to talk mean or bad about nobody, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
people
that's
gonna
how
be
you
people.
right.
And I've
Yeah.
seen some things as being
Mhm.
an usher that I feel like I'm not gonna keep tolerating every single Sunday. I just gonna say that.
Right.
And
It's true.
I can say that I don't mind skipping and hopping. Y'all know I exit.
Or,
I'm just
like at
saying,
work,
I'm
you
not
would
don't
accent.
put me in environments I feel like I don't need to be at. She's a runner, she's a track star.
It's funny because I think he's been like, oh God, he was just
I'm
so
out
this.
here, I'm
I'm like, oh look,
trying
whoa.
my best to be there. And I got this. If I don't miss them all, if I don't make them all, I don't miss them all. Put it that
Mm,
way.
no,
That's my
for
Oh,
that's my
me,
line.
okay.
the
If
way
I
I
don't miss them all, I don't
prioritize,
miss
the way I prioritize self care and emotional wellness is emotional wellness is like I've been in therapy for 2 years now, mm, and been like consistently. You know what I'm saying? I found somebody that it worked for me. It's a light man. Let me tell you, and he did get me together. I love you holding me accountable. I didn't think I was going to like work well with the white man, but he did. And you get me together, holding me accountable.
not a white man holding you accountable.
I'll be like, now what?
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. Now,
good thing.
okay. Let them know.
But we talked about a lot of
Let
my
him do his
trauma.
job. Okay.
I be letting do his job. Another thing that I prioritize is like y'all know I love me a good spot. Like that's my like self care. I like get my girls together. We
Spa
get our
conference.
spottings, our
A
spa
spa
conference,
conference.
spa trip. But I also like get my like massages. My like I found a girl who do massages. So I get a good discount.
What's the name? It's her name Tasia.
You know,
Oh.
I am a girl, but she good and she like getting my muscles like real deep. And so like I that's the way that I prioritize self care for me. Like I gotta put my money aside to make sure I get like like a massage. I also been doing PT for my like my fibromyalgia. That's another way that I can take care of myself. So like we all have different ways that we prioritize these, our emotional and physical health, our spiritual health, right? So yeah, moving on. All right. So another thing that we haven't mentioned is the role of finance, right? In creating the soft life. And I kind of mentioned this a little bit in that putting money aside so that I can get those years off. But so that we can have a soft life, right? And to get rid of that struggle culture and constantly being unstable and being in a crisis, like you gotta have your finances together, right? Creating that generational wealth for you and your family, right? Teaching your kids about budgeting, about stability, about wealth building, all those things are going to create that soft life for you and your children, or for your family, for you and your husband.
Yes, I don't like talking about finances. I don't. I don't like talking about money. Starting getting me itchy and stuff. Is I don't like it because everybody need it. Everybody want it. We all want our finances to be and look a certain type of
It's
way.
never enough.
It's never right. It's never enough. But you can't take it with you. Can't take it with you. But you need it when you go. You need it when you go. You
You
can't.
do
It's
need it when
like
you go. You could not.
you do it, do. So, um, when it comes to money, I'm just really trying, like, cause we're in the process of buying a house. So y'all pray our strength in the Lord. But I'm telling you, like, it's penny pinching. Marcus we're like, at first we started off real kind and gentle about our finances. Now he's at the point like, but he's very aggressive about our finances now. Before it was just like, okay, we learning each other. Like, why you buy that? That's crazy. Now we at, no, why'd you buy that? Huh? We don't need it is just it has escalated. So I'm not the person to talk to about money. Cause I'm like, you
Okay,
got
so tell
money?
Marcus
Okay.
don't say anything about our spot conference, okay?
I don't know. I can't tell him about our sponsors. I can't tell him about it.
It's another topic for this one.
Okay, all right.
I feel for me with finances, I had to learn because if I still want to have my soft life, I think one thing I learned is save up for what I want. I think it makes it a little more nicer. And even if I don't save up and I decide to, it doesn't have to be money. Because sometimes I literally take sometimes my niece with me, just get a few, those in-home spa days you can do. Me and her do that. We've done it like 2 times at least.
Yes,
So,
yes,
or you could even do, I know another thing too is something that relaxes me is, especially during the Christmas time, the fire in the fireplace, that
yes,
sound, just
yes. I
having
turn it
it.
on the TV.
Yes. I
Yes,
turn it on,
yep.
just listen to it, just
I
that
do it now. I don't even do it just during the I do it now while I work from
winter.
home. Yeah, girl. Yeah, I do it all the time.
It's
If
just
I just wanna
soothing.
have some background noise or yes. Yeah,
It's just very
I
soothing
get
to have, so for
mhm.
me and then another thing too, if I can't, then what I might do is, "Hey, listen, I'm not able to right now. How about you pay for all of us right now, and then the next one, I got you." Because 'Cause I've done that before where somebody said they
Oh, I didn't
couldn't,
think
and
about that.
I put the bill, then the next time they foot the bill. Now you have to make sure with that, you have people
You
who are
got
really
enough.
going to.
Right, they got you and they got somebody else. I
Yeah.
have done that before.
Uh, I've done that. I've taken a bill for people, and then the next time they took the bill, so it was
I
nice. It was
feel like I might do
different.
that with Aria when she get older. Hey, I pay this time, then next time you pay or something like that.
So I things that can still be on a budget. Finances,
Mhm.
I think I agree with Aisha. Finance is hard to talk about, especially when you have
Right.
student loans, you have this loan, you have this credit card, you have this, you're helping this family member, you're helping so and so, you're doing it's a lot.
Yeah, God
It's a
took
lot.
my student loans away.
Well,
Yeah,
I wish God took mine, but no.
he will.
So
He'll do it.
amen. But it's just a lot with that. But with that, with the finance, I think one thing too is to think about like wealth building. I feel like sometimes it's easier to say than
Substitute.
do. Mm,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Yeah, like we have family vacation coming up and I want the kids to go to a very popular theme park. But I just feel like we're not gonna have the money for them to do it. So I'm like, well, I hope that they're satisfied with what we're gonna have, what's there, the amenities that's gonna be there. So and I believe they will, but a part of like self-care is like we're putting our money aside in one area and also saving it so that we can have vacation so that we're not so stressed about what's going on. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be
Exactly.
stressed on top of stress. Like, oh, we're on vacation, but we can't really do what we want to do. We want the kids to understand, like, hey, we want to be able to do this for you guys, but we're trying to set us up for a greater self-care. Come on, somebody, for a better home. And then we could come back and do
Going that
the
thing for
grand
ABC.
yeah, the grand thing. So I really hope they understand that our kids get it and our
They
children get it.
will.
They're not old or I mean, they're not young, like little babies.
They
So
won't. And then whatever you guys do, they're gonna remember like the wherever you guys do. Like they would rather you guys be together and doing whatever activities than be at a theme park stressed because you're spending money
yeah,
and
like
you're
you
so
get there now you can't get no
you
drink. You gotta
taking no
share a drink.
drinks,
That's nasty.
can't buy no
Right. You can't get
food.
no food.
You know, like you're stressed about like, oh my God,
Right.
like
You're not gonna be able to enjoy
no.
yourself. I don't wanna do
See,
that.
that's
So I
when
just
I
want
think you need to save up enough for that so that you don't stress over something like that.
But see, that's what's
So
gonna breed stress. I'm stressing up enough for that and enough to buy a house. I don't wanna I need to pick a I wanna pick a
Stress.
struggle. You know what I mean? I wanna save as much so we can have a good time at the resort. And then I wanna have enough so that when we come back, we could finalize in the process of our home. You know what I mean? I don't want us to be set back so much because we decided to do other things because the ultimate self-care is having a home. You know what I mean? That's the ultimate goal for us to be able to have a relaxing home. So I don't know.
Well, no, I mean, like, I think you just said it. Like, whatever trip you guys go on, the kids are going to be understanding. And you're, and 3 years from now, you guys are going to be able to take that really big, nice trip. After you buy that
Yeah,
nice house, you guys will be able to take that nice trip and take it to the theme park. But y'all just go to the beach and the kids playing the sand, you know, they're going to have fun anyway.
that's right. They should. It'd
All
be
kids want
great.
to do, girl, you can get them kids a box and they'll have fun, but not. Oh, you know, tripping.
Wow. Wow.
We'll talk offline. We'll talk
That's
offline.
funny. So, okay, so we talked about finances, we talked about soft life. I think one thing that we have not talked about is we really haven't spoken more about the challenges and pushback that's associated with it. It's like the societal pressures to quote unquote do it all, the judgment from others who sometimes see it as laziness or privilege. So, how do you navigate such from family, friends, spouses, partners, even people, acquaintances?
I think there's more internal challenges than like outside challenges. I think it's within myself too. Like I'm still struggling with like soft life versus like hustle culture and like, oh, you know, I need to be working this 60 jobs versus like, oh, no, it's okay to like take a day off and relax and not do anything. Like, I'm still very much like I need to be productive. So I struggle more with internal pressure and the pressure I put on myself than what I care more about.
Oh, that's interesting. That's an interesting way to think of it. Mm. What about you, Aisha? What do you, what about your challenges and pushbacks? Like, how do you navigate
I
it?
I think it's internal as well, like as a full-time employee, as a wife and mom, I kind of go through like transition routine. So every day. And then by the time I look at it, it's like, oh, I'm tired. I feel like I haven't had no help because I'm just go, 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 go. And it's internal. And then somebody will be like, well, just rest. Just sit down. Just don't do it. And it's like, well, it's easy for you to say because, if you don't do it, then Imma do it. So it's sort of like if it don't get I how you see my mom be like, "Well, if I don't do it, it won't get done," stuff like that. So I put that pressure on myself. I'm just gonna do it because it'll just get done and I know it's done and it's okay and I'll just rest later. So I do that sometimes too. But I also wanna make like my what I wanna do a priority. Like this is number one. I wanna do this first. I feel like this first, and then I'll figure out a way to make everybody else happy.
That's an interesting way to think of it. Okay. So, I didn't think of it like that. For me, I think a pushback and challenges, it's so funny. It is really in the mind if you think about it. I think in a different phase of life, you probably will think, oh, what about the pushbacks from people around me? But then in your, when you get a little older, it's like, I don't really, that doesn't really influence me as much as what's in my mind. So that's pretty interesting to hear. Okay. So I think we have come too close to the end. I know this is such a juicy topic. All these topics are so juicy. So really going to do a moment of reflection right now. Just summarize all your takeaways for you. For so I will start with whoever wants to start, or I can start. I would just say a soft life is really about prioritizing your ease, joy, and self worth, and remembering that you gotta find time to create space for yourself, your mind, your relationships, and your environment. So basically, choosing joy over struggle and boundaries over burnout, and also purpose over pressure. I think that's a good one to put in there. So, how would
I,
you summarize it, Mary?
for me, it's like, it's okay to be dainty. You don't have to be strong all the time. That's something I'm still working on. And really prioritizing my own like well-being. So that's what I took away from this. Aisha.
That's a good one. Yeah, you all have had good ones, like kind of tough ones. But just letting go of the hustle and the struggle and embracing issues, just embracing them. You know what I mean? And balancing, making sure that your soft life is balanced by what you want to do and what really needs to be done.
Yeah. I also like this other one Aisha came up with. It's like rest is not a reward, it's a necessity.
It is.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Yeah. I always felt like that you're earning rest.
No, you deserve it. It's
Right. Great.
it's deserving.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do it.
Right. So I'm gonna challenge everybody to find a way to embrace soft life, right? To be your own soft hero. This week, I want you to share that on social media, on our Facebook page, called on our social media platform. I want to hear about it. I want to talk about it. We want to hear how you are taking care of yourself, right?
Yes, yes. And again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to All About This podcast. We'll make sure to catch you in the next moment.